Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Oh my God.
Wait, Cody, go, run, run. Oh.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
What the fuck?
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here. And right-wing commentator and influencer Charlie Kirk was assassinated today. He's no longer with us. As of right now, we don't know who the shooter is. There was someone who was brought in by the police who they said was a registered Democrat, but they've since then let him go because it's obvious to them that he was not the one. As of right now, we don't know who the shooter is. You may not be hearing that if you're listening to right-wing media because they can't wait to scapegoat a left-wing person so that they can cut down all left-wing thought and continue their authoritarian ideas. So I thought it pertinent to start the video by letting you know we don't know who the shooter is. We may never know, or they may find out soon, but anybody telling you otherwise is lying. Now, when I heard this news, I was at work. As soon as I got off work, I recorded a video because I had thoughts. I'm going to show you those thoughts right now. Yes, it's true. Charlie Kirk has died. He was shot from over 200 yards away while at a visit with a Utah University campus. Charlie Kirk had a wife and 2 children, and my condolences to them. Charlie Kirk was also a racist, homophobic, anti-Semite, disgusting, filthy individual who spread Nazism and authoritarianism to the youth willingly and on purpose in order to destroy this country and to fail at being an American. On the other hand, he had a wife and 2 children, and they didn't deserve whatever, outcome or fallout happens from this, or sadness they gain from this. While at this Utah University, he was talking to people in the crowd, and someone asked him, what do you think about all of these mass shootings? What do you think about all these mass shootings? And his answer, he started with counting or not counting gang violence. If he could speak right now, I bet you he would say, the fuck doesn't matter, fucking idiot. Tell me which one, count the one that matters to you. What the hell you want me to say? Counting or not counting gang violence. No, counting the guy on the roof that shot you in the neck. Count that one. Fucking racist prick. Indeed, I take nothing back from that. And I'm just going to add an addendum. Now that I'm back at home, I've had a little bit more time to think about exactly what it is you need to hear as a public. First thing is, Charlie Kirk was beefing with the Nazis. He wasn't far right enough for them. He wasn't far right enough for the Nazis. He obviously has always been the type of person who was against anyone on the left. So it could have been a Nazi, it could have been a far left, it could have been anybody who did this. We don't know. That is the point. There's another piece that we need to understand. Because of this, I can definitely tell you that, well, listen to what Kyle Kalinske says.
Here's the right absolutely losing it. So Mike Cernovich comes out and says, congressional hearings now, every billionaire funding far left-wing extremism, Soros, Bill Gates, Reid Hoffman, massive RICO investigations, every dollar accounted for, every pass-through group's financial records public. So in other words, he's saying, use this to take down any Democrat, liberal, or leftist. Basically, we're going to go ahead and say they're all in on this and they're all guilty. So put a RICO case on any liberal or left-wing donors. That's crazy, bro. Blake Masters says in response to Cernovich, this, 1,000 times this, Left-wing violence is out of control, and it's not random. Either we destroy the NGO and donor patronage network that enables and foments it, or it will destroy us. So somebody points out here that the right is chomping at the bit for an act of violence that will serve as a pretext for shutting down all opposition politics. And we all know that's what Trump wants to do. He's already flirting with going full tyranny, police state, martial law. That's why he invaded Los Angeles, invaded D.C., now going to invade Chicago. We're already at the point where he's doing police state stuff. He's doing martial law stuff, but they're looking for something to go further. And this could be the fuel that they need to go further.
Let me be clear. There are no winners here. There are no winners here. That's true. The first thing that you're going to hear is how everyone on the left, whoever gives money, needs to be shut down. Left-wing operations all need to be shut down. Let's not forget that not too long ago, there was someone in Minnesota who shot up people in the face. Husbands and wives, all lawmakers, with a list of 50 more. And that guy was a right-winger. Far right, white, well, Freudian slip, white right-winger, yes. So remember when they tell you that they need to shut down democracy, they need to get rid of one party or the other because of this atrocity, that they didn't say that when the atrocities was done by the right wing. And not only that, before we get to the final piece of information you need to know, the atrocities have been done times 100 by the right wing. So whoever did this, let it not be a catalyst to shutting down free speech or to shutting down the democratic values or the left wing. I'm going to end with this. I'll throw back to my original thoughts. You tell me what you think in the comment section. Now, because I'm a decent, honest Christian human being with integrity, I felt that it is pertinent that I let you know within the next few days we are going to have a video come out. It was already recorded, already ready to come out by Eris. Eris will be talking about gun rights, the Second Amendment, the fact that it's trying, or there is a push to get them taken away from people who are trans. And she also is a very, very, ardent Second Amendment person. I could take it or leave it. Me personally, I think that there are way too many of these things happening, and until we get a handle on a lot of other things, we need to be looking very closely at who has weapons and who doesn't, and I wouldn't mind getting rid of all of them if it meant that all of them could be gotten rid of. Actually, the other part of that is, I don't know if we can get rid of any of them if we can't get rid of all of them. Because I sure don't want someone else out there with one and I can't get it. I also know that it's not that safe, and it's not going to keep you very safe statistically, period. These are the facts. I don't know many people who have had somebody who was attacking them with a gun who ended up having a gun and was able to shoot back at them and save their life. Every one time that happens, a million other times they just died with a gun in their hand. It's more about training than anything else. So maybe we need more training. Maybe we need to get rid of the Second Amendment. Maybe we need to update it. I don't know. I do know this. That video is coming out by Eris. And I personally think everybody has the right to have their own opinion, and especially if they're from a disenfranchised community. So that when that video comes out, remember to watch it before you jump to conclusions. Listen to her side of it and understand that whatever side she takes is okay. She's anti-Nazi, pro-democracy. That makes it okay with me. That's why I allow it on this channel. But I wanted to give you my personal take on this issue, outside of the Charlie Kirk thing. But I just find it interesting very interesting that only someone who's so entitled and so racist that they think that that type of a stupid ass question is funny or interesting or proves some type of point, counting or not counting the gang violence. Yeah, counting the one that shot you is my response to that and any other person who has these questions about Second Amendment. Full disclosure, Eris's videos coming out maybe Friday or Saturday. Condolences to the wife and kids. Tomorrow we fight anyway. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.